I asked him if he wanted to snuggle and he said no. He kept making comments about how he's sad his dogs don't have more room. I've noticed I've had this increasing awareness that he might 100% value his dogs more than me. I explained this away to myself as being logical as we've only been married since February. For context, I grew up always putting others first and valuing myself as less inherently than those around me. Church taught me that God wants us to put others before ourselves, and I spiraled. This seems silly, but an example of this is that I would show up to church with my family and there would be one donut left. My blood sugar was routinely low and I'd help my 3 little brothers get ready so I didn't have time to eat. I would let whatever old person have the last donut, and I would go completely sweaty and blackout. But this was the extreme fear I developed of ever putting myself first. Back to the scene in bed, I finally said, kind of joking, that I feel sometimes like he loves his dogs more than me. He got quiet. Like I said, I was kind of joking at first, but his silence was silent. I said, "Oh my God, do you?" Silence. "Are you serious?" He finally sighed and said, "Well, they are my babies. They're my everything." I was completely silent, stunned. I'm also aware that love for dogs and human love are not the easiest things to have compared in a question like this, but it seems he wasn't aware of that because the boy knew how to answer. I asked if he was serious and he said yes. I pushed it further because of course I did. I had to know the extent of this unsettling answer. I asked if a gun was to either my head or the dogs' heads, would he choose me or the dogs? He got quiet again and told me that's not a fair question because that would never happen. WTF, so I insisted on my hypothetical question because now I was just shell-shocked. He finally admitted that he would choose to let me die over dogs. Oh, and my daughter, his stepdaughter. He said he'd choose to let both me and my daughter die over his parents' dogs. I was visibly upset and shocked at how serious he was answering. I said, "Do you even love me?" He got quiet. I asked again. Silence. He could see I was horrified and tearing up. He finally got annoyed and said of course he does, and that he only hesitated because it was a stupid question. He then said he was kidding about the dog stuff and only answered that way to show me those were stupid questions. Only guys, he wasn't kidding. I really believe no part of that was a joke. I know joking. He was not kidding at all.